For this video, you'll need a mechanical pencil, 12-inch ruler, and some kind of architectural triangle. Place your 8.5 by 11 sheet, not in portrait mode, but landscape mode. And in fact, because we have to use 11 inches of the ruler and the paper is only 11.5 inches tall, place it at kind of an angle so your ruler can fit from the 0 point to the 11. Draw a very light line from the left end of the ruler, ending at 11. Draw a point at the left end of the line, the 0 point. And a light vertical line, not very tall, at the 11. Starting from the left point, draw a point every 1/8 of an inch along the line. Continue with that process, and when you get to the end, you should have 88 points, all the same size, equally spaced. Don't draw a point at the 11-inch mark. Measure at a right angle to the line at the left end and put a mark 5/8 of an inch below and another 1 inch below, 5/8 of an inch, 1 inch. Do the same at the right end of the line. Put a light mark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8 of an inch below, and another one 1 inch below. Connect the marks 5/8 of an inch below the existing line with the lightest line you are able to draw. Use just the weight of your pencil. Connect the two marks 1 inch below with a similar light line. Label the points of sound from left to right with the letters A through G, using the rhythm we've already learned. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, 2 spaces, B, C, 1 space, C to D, 2 spaces, D to E, 2 spaces, E to F 1 space, F to G 2 spaces, G back to A 2 spaces. Continue with that process. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A. If you do that accurately, the last point on the right will be a C. With your architectural triangle, draw perpendicular vertical lines from the midpoints between the B's and C's and the E's and F's. These lines extend to the line 1 inch below the points. Halfway between B and C, vertical line. Halfway between E and F, vertical line. Continue with that process. Halfway between B and C, all the way to the lower line. Halfway between E and F, and when you go all the way up, you should end up with that picture. Draw perpendicular vertical lines from the midpoints between the remaining points that extend to the line 5/8 of an inch below the line that has the points. Midpoint, 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 midpoint between 2 points, attempt to draw all of these perpendicular lines parallel to each other. When you finish that, your picture should look like this. Connect the lower ends of pairs of shorter vertical lines with thick horizontal lines. It's done like this. Straight edge down. Find the pairs of shorter vertical lines. Connect them at the low end with a thick line. It's done by changing the angle of your pencil against the straight edge. Continuing that process gets you a picture that looks like this. Find the midpoint of each of these thick horizontal lines and draw a vertical line from these midpoints to the long line 1 inch below the point line. Midpoint, vertical line. Midpoint, midpoint down to the lowest line, midpoint, midpoint of the thick horizontal line, down to the lowest line. Continuing that process results in this picture. Lightly crosshatch between the short vertical lines above the thick connecting lines. When you've done that for the length of the keyboard, you'll end up with a picture that looks like that. In the space below the C points, close to the lowest horizontal line, write the letter C and then number to the right of each letter from C1 to the final space, C8. C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, C6, C7, and finally C8. Points of sound become the 88 keys of the piano.